reality of De Jong, Hesmans, Legeray and Hutchison. This is a replay. Whoops-a-daisy. That's a little bit of paint traded.
Yeah, that was more careless than anything else. There wasn't anything. So watch again. Now here we go.
There it goes. Under brakes, boom. There it goes. And it's definitely off the share Audi. Oh dear, oh dear.
Official nighttime racing, as John mentioned a while ago. It feels a little bit darker, and it feels much, much closer for the lead in the traffic, does it, as Engström gets up the curb? Which way to go? Does he try and get past the Ferrari? Does he try to defend from the Porsche? He needs to do both. Andlauer goes to the outside, goes to the inside. He's being held up by Engström. Engström's being held up by all and sundry.
And that was a tough moment for the right. If Andlauer could find a way around the Audi, he would be able to stretch that advantage.
A dive to the inside. Is that going to unsettle the Audi? Yes, it is! Porsche up the inside. He's done it at last. Julian Andlauer goes through. Fantastic. Proper racing. And now let's see how much he can extend that advantage by.
We watch and see. Here we go. Oh, whoa. Oh, dear me. Look. And who was behind him? Wow. That could have been another monumental incident down at... it looks very, very hazy there. Whether that's smoke from an oil smoke or whether it's something else, but just everything looks very hazy.
I've got a horrible feeling it might have hit something, be it gravel or something solid. I thought there was some damage on the right front, but he's got it going again. So that's the good news. So benefiting from the Audi hampering the Lamborghini. If Highties can clear it, well, it might be a different story. And he's going to do it now up the inside line. It's only a back marker in quotes, but he's got to do it to hang on to his class advantage.
Yeah, and the Audi had to make a sort of adjustment to
get past the number 10 Boots and VDS Audi that had a spin, did it not, earlier on in the race, and up towards Lecombe they come. Deleguanti can't do it, so well, he tries. He's alongside almost, but no, can't make the move. So now you can see Benjamin Highties is building the gap back up again. Now Deleguanti goes through, and it's game on for the silver lead, but you can see the margin he's got to make up.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the gap between the two will suddenly, it'll close back down to where it was prior to coming up to those back markers.
Julian Andlauer.
Oh,
a
track limits.
30-second penalty for track limits. I did say you got up to 6, and a penalty now comes. So there's a 30-second penalty for the leading car for track limit offences. Now, it's not all down to Julian. You gain them as a car, so might be that Lawrence Van Thor and Kevin Hurst have had a hand in that. But the leading car on its next pit stop will lose half a minute.
And the Audi coming up. Oh, look at that. For Hagen and Feller.
That's brave, isn't it, through the traffic, and Ricardo Feller goes round the outside, and there's a car on a very, very strange line with a problem, I think, in the middle of Eau Rouge there, one of the Audis, slow and offline, and with cars coming at it from every direction. That Patrick Niederhauser's car gets squeezed onto the grass on the outside, brings the dirt back onto the racetrack. Know whether the car has a big problem or whether he'd had a moment or quite what, but either way, that was sort of a bit wayward for a moment.
I think the Sun Energy Mercedes might have been in the middle of that group as well. There were two cars, one was Audi, one was Mercedes, and they seemed to just be overwhelmed by the fact that there was cars.
And Neil Verhagen, this was the move coming out of La Source. Now look, cars slowed.
Almost understand that.
Well, it's almost like a full course yellow had been called for, wasn't it? Because they all slowed. And then Gounon thinks, well, there's no yellow flag, I'm going for it. And Verhagen gets in the way of the Audi. I think that was what caught everybody out. It was as though there'd been a phantom full course yellow.
A false yellow or whatever it was. I mean, everybody has got information on the car. You can see, watch all this. There, so it's got green, that means it's a green flag track. So Jules Gounon on it like a rash. Now he comes down into, look at this, has to take avoiding action, almost ran into the back. So we've got a Porsche directly ahead, and I'd love to know what actually led those drivers to believe they're having to slow down.
So into the chicane, side by side at Lecombe, Feller round the outside of the Hagen. That's brave, and it works as well. The Audi round the outside of the BMW. Ricardo Feller, John made the point earlier on, he's an exceptional GT racer. More evidence of it, that was quite a move, is the answer. 66 has had a rotation, gets back into the right direction now, but the bronze Audi has a spin, gets going now.
Yeah, that was it.
Up with traffic as well. Does this give Wirtz a chance as he comes up to have a go? Engström almost leans on the Porsche there, and this possibly gives Wirtz a good chance. He goes to the outside line, down to Brissell. The Audi momentarily delayed. Wirtz turns in as he got his nose in front of the Audi. Round the hairpin at Brissell. He comes out, still alongside, but now he's done it on the inside. Charles Wirtz goes second on the road. And when we get to the 6-hour mark, that BMW should be in the lead of the race and therefore take the points.
Make a move down the inside if he doesn't get blocked. And he has made the move and there's contact, but he's made it through. So Nick Yellerly used the additional grip that he has from his fresh-ish set of Pirelli tyres. And
that's how it looked on board. He comes up to Bruxelles and pounces.
yeah, I mean, that was all worked, as I mentioned, coming up through Eau Rouge. We had very deep, actually, into Bruxelles, and maybe Lucas Auer thought maybe there may be a way of coming back, but the reality was